wanna be just tonight. Baby, set the mood. I'm coming home soon.
So bless up everybody. Here live on the Roots Reggae Hub. This is Melody Mondays with Hezron. Bless up everybody. I hope everyone's in a loving mood, feeling the love this Thanksgiving. Hope everybody is giving thanks for the things that they have. All right, let me know if you can hear me. There's a couple dogs barking in the background, but hopefully they will settle down. Bless up everybody. How is your long weekend going? We're live here on the Roots Reggae Hub. As I said, tonight we have an exclusive interview, Insta Live and on air. In 228 countries broadcasting right now around the world. Big up all the Reggae Massive worldwide. Thank you for joining me each and every week. Thank you for your messages, your DMs. They mean the world to me. As usual, I have to give my thanks to all of you, the viewers, the listeners who are, blessing me up every week with your presence and the messages of love and motivation. Resilience is one of the themes for tonight. We're here to talk about Man on a Mission. This is Hezron's new album, and I want to know what inspired the album. A lot of the tracks are amazing tracks. There's a lot of music on the album, so I was listening to most of it, all of it pretty much, over and over, and taking in the messages in the music. I always like to talk about the messages in the music and what inspires the artist. So tonight we're going to delve into that and get to know him. I'm going to send him an invite right now, actually, so that he knows that we are live right now. And an invite to join. But let me know in the chat how you guys are feeling tonight. Let me know how, your long weekend is going. If you're in Toronto, it's the Thanksgiving weekend. And, we have ours earlier here than Thanksgiving. Hezron is here, so I'm going to send him an invite.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Bless up yourself. How are you, Hezron?
Let me switch it on now. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, go down here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me tonight. I was just playing one of the tracks off your album. In the intro here, I was playing, you have so many tracks on the album. I was playing TikTok, I'm Coming. It's such a beautiful song. You talk a lot about love in the music, and you talk about, justice and truth and a bunch of other themes as well. But for anyone who doesn't know who you are, let's start there. Any of the radio listeners tuning in that might not have heard your music before, or even for the fans, in your own words, tell everyone who Hezron is.
Hezron. Hezron is a man that truly loves music, You know what I mean? He's a man that is truly a vessel, truly a medium, by God, with no escape to do this musical works, in all forms of it, playing, singing, writing, production, I come from Montego Bay still, Jamaica, St. James, you know what I mean? And, I don't know if what I'm saying now is really what I want to hear as far as who is Hezron, but I'm just gonna say it anyway, But go college, I go to Cornwall College there. That's a popular school with them now. Then I went to Sam Sharp Teachers College and went to College, and then I migrated to the US. And but in short terms, when I was in the US, I just started taking music a little more serious, You understand? circumstances forced me to buckle down to, and understand the gift that God give me, or the purpose that God give me, and know that this is my true calling and nothing else. And so, any other thing will may have on my mind, as far as will lead me astray, it's not gonna work. So, so, we take on the music, and in America for a while, I was doing R&B, work with few labels, Warner Brothers, Def Jam, Danger Zone, so on, here and there, and then I returned back to Jamaica. And my first single was So in Love. When I returned, first single was a hit song, and then from there on, from 2008, come up, it's been a consistent ride. Year after year, I seem to resonate, I did a song like 2 places with me and Shaggy after that. You know what I mean? After So in Love, then I did another one, Forever and Hours, which all those songs are hit singles, can't come between. So, I mean, there are so many. I have 2 albums out. This is the 3rd one, though. By the way, I have 3 albums. But the first album was The Life I Live. Life I Live, and in bracket, and then I did another one by myself called The Life I Live, Soulful Salvation. So you can check it out. But we plan to take that one down, though, to make some adjustment, because it wasn't promoted. Nobody knew of it, And then I didn't do it. I tried by myself. But and now I have a 3rd album called Man on a Mission. So in short, this one is just my story long. I don't know if you have time.
I love that. I love that, you felt like you had a purpose and you understood it and you went for it full force. So that I commend you for that. A lot of people, they stay in situations because they feel they might have to or should, or someone's influencing, maybe telling them what to do, maybe parents or whatever. But you got education. You could have went other ways, but you knew that music was your purpose. I love that. Tell me about how your family, what life was growing up. Like, how was it immigrating as well? Did you have a good childhood?
Well, I mean, in Jamaica, well, I'm a countryman. But I say like a country ghetto youth, we experience ghetto living, but in the countryside, not in the inner city, because I'm from Montego Bay. So I'm in the valley between 2 hills, Tower and Mayal Hill. You know what I mean? Tower Hill and Mayal. So it's like, it's 2 hills. So we call our part through gully. It's through the gully, so it's in the sink. So that's where I'm from, Where I'm from, we were the last. I think we got light, we got electricity in the 2000s. See, so yeah, so that, and so of course, poverty in the countryside is different from in Kingston, as I learned, as in the inner city. I experienced, growing up, with of course, have to survive, with siblings and all that stuff. Can't hardly food, hardly provide no money. The worst circumstances, poverty, extreme poverty. But we experienced serious poverty, but at the same time we survived because of the era that we were in, the country vibes, because we could jump on a tree and pick that. We could go to Aki tree and get down Aki. You understand? We go up on the road and we team up together and buy flour, cook the flour. And so there are fruits and vegetables were around us and food. So, and then my grandfather was a farmer. So, and he teach me how to follow. We have to follow. We have to learn how to, to plant yam and all these terms and all that stuff. And he was a farmer and animal herder and all that stuff. So we had a way to survive. So it was rough, but it was fun because we built character, and we did it in love. We weren't exposed to violence and gun more than a little fist fight thing, or maybe a knife, or country fight. But we go third world country, Jamaica.
I love that you had, fruits and vegetables that you can be sustained with, that came from the earth. That's the most natural way for your childhood, in my opinion, because with the preservatives and all the other stuff they put in the food now, at least you had that sustenance, and the community definitely raises a child in a lot of cultures. So
I'm seeing like Aribu. I saw somebody called Aribu. Yeah, that's from my era. He said the loving community growing. That's true. It was a loving community. Yeah. Despite poverty, we survive.
Big up to that. And yeah, tell me more about the album. I want to know what inspired the album, the music. There's some different languages on there too. Like there's a beautiful track called Warriors Code, beautifully done on the album. I love the track. Tell me, what inspired the music. There's a lot of love theme, justice. What influenced you?
Well, as again, as always, with the music that I write, or I write music, it's life. Life is the influence, the experience of life. And I mean, it may sound redundant, but it's just real. It's the things that I see, the things that I hear, things that I experience personally, other people experience. You know what I mean? And I look at my life I look at my purpose. After going through so much things in life, it's clear to me that my purpose is to be the soundtrack of life, is to produce that music for people to go through, to either to uplift them in the time when times are down. You know what I mean? Because I understand that what it is. And at the same time to create militancy in one, in sense of resilience and all that stuff, to know that we won't bow, to try to stay firm on the battlefield and be patient and work with integrity. You know what I mean? These are the things. And I also talk about love, which is important. The Man on a Mission album is it engulfs all these things that I just said. The Man on a Mission album is, well, most importantly, because one ideology can create an effect where other ideas and ideologies start to follow it, attraction. And my reason for writing this album, for doing this album, ultimately, there are many reasons, but ultimately was to bring back reggae back to the forefront, authentic reggae music, real reggae music that I grew up on. You know what I mean? And I wanted it to come from Jamaica because I feel like, because in the past 5 years while I was traveling all over and all that stuff, I noticed that I feel like it's almost not even relevant. It's like they want to say it's like there's new reggae, and you know what I mean, and the real authentic reggae is old reggae. You know what I'm saying? So, but I see other people doing it. I see other people using it. I see other races, you know what I mean, capitalize on it, and nothing wrong with that. We love what we love. I love R&B, and I'm making the best of it. So I wanted to let them know that it's still here, and so I kind of gather some musicians that I believe in, some great musicians and some instrumentalists, some are producers, and decided that I was going to sit in during COVID and write reggae music, and produce the music for the world. During COVID, there was a lot of stuff going on in there, Hence, resilience came about. Man on a Mission is also. It was a song. It was a song that I envisioned, like it was supposed to be for the recovery, like the comeback, to get back up after what we experienced, you know what I mean, and that's resilience. And of course, you said you like that song called Warriors Code. Warriors Code, 2019, I did a show. 2019 in Arizona. I did a show in Arizona, with the Native Americans. I did a show up there, and I noticed that while I was doing that show, a lot of Native Americans came around. And they love my vibes and love the voice and all kind of stuff. And see, I remind them of that, of the people that they love, the sound, the baba and all that stuff. And I said they'd like for me to do a song with them. I didn't even know that natives love reggae and new reggae. I didn't even know that. I used to call them Indian. I didn't even know that they were Native American. I was cool after that, So, you know what I mean? The promoter, she was a Jamaican, and she said, Ezra, when the natives come to you like that and they love you like that, I think you should do it. It's a good idea to do a collab. So I said, okay. But she wanted me to write it. So from my experience over there in Arizona, looking at the Canyon Mountains and all of the canyons and all that stuff, the mountains, it looked like things that I saw in the Western movies growing up. So that vibe kind of gave me a riff to start writing the song. And when I hear the story that they fought the battle on the mountain, which I know, and I know that I'm a Maroon. I'm from Maroon Town, my family, and we fought our battle against imperialists and colonialists in the hills and mountains. I said, what a collab, we had similar stories, And I started, I just started, I found a groove, and I started writing, and I sent them a demo, and everybody loved it, and that is how we ended up on the track. They came and did their part, and the Navajo came, the Navajo tribe and the Hopi tribe, and some Apache, you know what I mean? So that is why you hear all that stuff. It's a fusion, you know what I mean?
That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. The track is beautiful. It's very well done. All the instrumentals. It's yeah. It's the whole album. I can see why it's number one on some charts charting.
Yeah, man.
It's a work of art. How did you decide what songs? Because there's quite a lot of songs.
It's kind of,
Is it just something you did over COVID? You included all the songs, or was there like how
yeah,
did it
yeah,
work?
yeah. I include, I just couldn't, I just, nobody wanted me to leave this because it was supposed to be, we had planned to do 14 songs. But like, for example, Save the Children.
Yeah.
When I finished the album, I mean, there were so many things happening in Jamaica with the children and the world. You know, and then the Child's Month were coming around, Children Month. I'm the kind of artist that you know, I always write about what's going on. You know, I'm just, you know, whenever I get touched, you know, I like, nothing can stop that song. You know what I mean? You know, so I wrote a song called Mobile because of the violence in Mobile. You know, so there's another thing, Save the Children touched me so much in so many ways. And I started working on it, and even when I was doing it, the label said to me that, Hezron, the album is perfect, you don't need to do anything. And I said, I'm not putting it on the album, I'm just doing it for Child's Month. Because I have to, it's something in me that there's not, all I can do is to write a song about it. This is my contribution because I can't do nothing else, you know? And when I finished the song and they heard the song, they said, no, that song have to go up on the album. So it ended up as 15. Then, I mean, Resilience was out before, and when the album started packaging, a lot of people started saying, oh my God, that has to be on there. So that is how the, you know, it reached a 70. You know what I mean?
I love the track. Speaking of the track, Save the Children, there's also a music video on your YouTube that the viewers can check or the listeners can check out as well. Tell me about the making of the video on the children, and it's such an important topic. You know, I did watch the Congress when they had the children speakers speaking to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and some of the other, I guess, officials were there, and they had these young children expressing that, you know, they're scared to walk to school, you know, and it's just it's very sad what is happening, and it's so important that you highlight what's going on with the children.
You know? That's why I can't. This is my purpose. You know?
Yeah.
And there's just I can't tell myself. You know, every time a song like that, every time a vibe like that come to me, I mean, you know what I mean. Everything is on heart, you know, because it swallows me up, it takes me over, and I can't stop until it comes out. You know, like you saw, you know, it's very important for the future. The children are the future. We hear it, we say it all the time, and it sounds like some kind of, make it sound like it's a little jargon or something like that. But without the future, what's our evidence of even being that we existed? You know what I mean? If we don't protect the future, what's the new man and the new woman have to say in this? You know what I mean? They are the new man and the new woman. They are the future. In other words, we say it all the way, but the thing is a joke. I mean, you know what I mean? We fail them if we don't protect them. And we don't teach them. I mean, I nurture them and all that. And I see it right now in the society. I know me, we have overlooked them in some ways, you know. And now social media is now their mother and father, you know. And you know, you can't talk to them, you know what I mean? And it's, you know, and see what's happening in the society. So I want to do my part through music and whatever way I can, you know. It's a serious issue. The video, I did it in Central, a school, I keep on forgetting the name of that school. I don't know why, because I'm from Montego Bay, yeah. But it's gonna come back to me, you know. But I'm not. But it's a school in Central, a primary school down there, and you know, when I started, the funny thing about that song, well, while the director was playing after playing thing, and then I only played it on the piano, but for you to sing along with while doing a video. The first time it played one time. And then the second time it played, everybody was singing it, even the teachers. And I'm saying, how the hell? How did they capture it so quickly? You know, but it's something that the teachers love it so much, and it's like it connected with them so much. I had to just back and look and said, wow, I really did something with this song, which I'm, you know what I mean? So, and the campaign continues. And as a reggae artist, reggae music, reggae mission, you know, our elder, the people before us, our leaders, I mean, Bob Marley, Peter Touch, the elders and our ancestors before created this this medium to communicate to the world or to speak for the world, this musical medium, this musical genre to speak for the world, to address the issues, to say what's not being said or what people are afraid to say. You know what I mean? To confront the powerful through music. And it's a powerful tool. And sometimes I realize that it's been overlooked. And I am just here to continue with it because the things in the world, I cannot stop writing these songs unless the world changes. And the things, it's getting worse. So what is my place? I look at it. What is my place? My place in this world is like when I describe myself as being resilient. Father, I stand resilient because I know that, you know, I want to be on the righteous side, the side that's creative or positive impact, creating positivity and righteousness and morals. You know what I mean? Militancy. When I say militancy, don't be. I'm a militant person. I'm firm, you know. But it's not in the sense where, you know, I'm a man of principle. You understand what I say? You know, and at the same time, so this is the side that I want to be on. And I'm glad for reggae music because, you know, the people before me, Bob, Peter, Touch, Barris, Freddie, and all these guys, that's what they campaign. And so I'm continuing with that.
There's such an importance of songs like Resilience and Save the Children in This Time. With all these things you see happening in the world, there's tons of hundreds of thousands of kids that go missing every single year.
Imagine that.
Yeah, it's, you know, and people don't want to talk about it. It's just like and then it seems like it's like a normal thing. It's not a normal thing by any means. So, you know, Resilience and Save the Children. You also have a music video as well for Resilience. You know, tell me the importance you think for this music at this time specifically.
I believe it's a remedy. And I believe, I know it's a remedy, you know, and I'm seeing the feedback. Even when I'm performing the songs of the album around, since it's been released August 19, I did 2 shows, you know. There's a lot more because I want to do a lot more, but I mean, you know, there are some, because of COVID, there are some traveling, like in the embassy and all that stuff. There are some backlogs and all that stuff, so we have to wait, you know. I think I should be getting through soon, you know. But I want to take it out to the world because the world is crying out. I mean, to the countries that reach out to me, they wanna. I mean, I'm going to Europe, but I was going to North America first, you know. You know what I mean? Because you know. So, what I get, the feedback that I get, the genuine feedback, because my music, you have to be a music lover. You have to be real to accept my music, because my music, the lyrical content, the production, the melody, it's clear. It is for the soul. I'm a soul man. Even when I'm doing love songs, you hear it, I go into the soul of it. Passion, you know what I mean? TikTok, I'm coming, it's a soul song. You know what I mean? And all that stuff, so that's so weird. And everything I do is from the soul, you know? So
It's very beautiful. You can
yeah,
tell, you can really feel that you're doing that, you know, in the
yeah,
music. And
yeah.
when I'm listening to the music, I feel it in my soul, and I feel like you've
And
accomplished
these are
it.
the people. And these are my fan base that's reaching out to me. And they are telling me the same thing, that's as honest already, and they can't wait for me to do. So there's a lot of, you know what I mean? As I said, I strongly believe it's a remedy. And once it's brewing now, people like you, and you know, I'm glad for media like you, you know, that appreciate it and notice it, and letting them hear people out there, hear me, them hearing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And exposing it to other, because that's how it's gonna work, and it's brewing because it's a genuine. It was thought of and felt. When I wrote this album, I was going through what's going on. I was in COVID. We were feeling the same thing. I was running up and down. Jamaica was the most locked down country in the history of lockdown. Jamaica was locked down for 2 years. You can't come out at 8 o'clock or all them thing. There were times when 2 days straight, 48 hours locked down and all that stuff. You know, right? So when the rest of the world was moving around, Jamaica was still locked down. That's what I'm saying. So, and during those times, we did the album. Get up and move around fine. We saw the frustration of the people. This is why I write. This is why I have to uplift. That's why I thought, you know what I mean, and even the love songs, Stronger and Love and Taxi, you know what I mean, all these songs. And,
I think those songs were so important too. Like the statistics are, I think, some that more people broke up during those
exactly,
2 years, and like
exactly,
it was the
exactly,
statistics were crazy about how many
exactly,
people couldn't stand being together.
exactly.
You know, I wanted to ask you. I didn't think about it till now. But what do you think is the biggest problem in modern day relationships? Why do you think so many people split up during that time?
You know, it's a frustration. Poverty is a hell of a thing. Because a man that goes through poverty, like, grew up in it, understand it, you know. Lack of, you know, it's a lack of certain things. We should make that affect us. But it is what it is, you know. During that time, a lot of people were being laid off. A lot of a man, you know, a lot of men become emasculated too because they have no power. They were being laid off, and you know what I mean. And they can't act like a man in the household because you know what I mean. Because how a man feel he cannot provide because he's been laid off and all that stuff. Business closed down and all that things. So it's like, you know, simple things from the other significant. Simple words, as you know, a woman word powerful. Not intentionally, but they may say something where a man may flip out. Not at that time where maybe if she had said it before at different times, you know what I mean, from that situation or from that time, you know, what we're going through, it wouldn't even affect him. But when a man can't work and a man can't provide and he's going through these restrictions, you know, he tends to want to drink to provide, look at his children, he look at, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. So during that time, you know, it's just frustration and lack of the things that a man's purpose and ability. It was cut short. He was handicapped, and that's why I think created some of those stuff. Why so much problems were going on. You know what I mean? So I just say, poverty causes them thing.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It was hard on a lot of people. And that can have a serious effect on any relationship when the finances are not good.
I just somebody said
It can have stress on both parties.
I just saw somebody said not taking enough time to get to know someone before becoming entangled.
Yes, that could be it. Or not being in the present. Like one of your songs talking about being in the present, being in the present and not looking so much to tomorrow or what you have to do, next week or whatever, but being in the present with your
Smile today.
Yeah.
That song one of my songs is called Smile. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful song.
That's a single that's coming out too, another single. But
Smile Today, and you did an acoustic as well. It's just amazing. Sorry, I dropped my little converter there. Yeah, it's a beautiful song, and the acoustic that you did with it as well on your YouTube, Hezron official YouTube. You guys go over there and follow and subscribe right now. For anyone that has a question, I will ask questions from the audience, maybe one or two at the end. You can either DM me on Twitter or you can put it in the little question box on the right hand bottom of the screen. There's a little circle with a question mark there. So if you do have a question for Hezron, now's the time. As well, I'm going to play 30 seconds maybe of a track, Save the Children, so you guys can hear it. I did curate a full playlist of Hezron music for the radio listeners that will happen following our interview. It's an hour long. It's all of my favorite Hezron tracks. I listen to all your music. And yes, I've selected my favorites for the audience to take it in. It's definitely going to be a journey of emotion for you guys after the show. All right. So now's your chance. If you do want a question, now's the time. But I'm going to play Save the Children now for you guys. Because of the Instagram rules, I can't play up the full song here on Instagram. Of course, I could on the radio. So that's why I'm doing the curated playlist for everybody. That will happen right after this reasoning tonight with Hezron. All right, so this is Save the Children. Sorry, my voice is going a little bit, but it's all right. Sorry, you guys have to hear it. Beautiful track. Pull up on the track for everybody.
Daylight, don't come shining again. As all the ways display these days are pain and sorrow. Promises, keep your promises. I see no change, initiate for a better tomorrow. Sometimes I wish that I was blind, wish I could have known the pain inside. There's maybe
Beautiful, beautiful track, Hezron. That's just a little taste, a little sample of the track there for the massive Reggae Massive Worldwide. You guys have to keep it locked here. After the interview, I will be playing that track out in full, as well as my own personal curated favorites of Hezron music. So you gotta keep it locked on rootsreggaehub.com. What do you guys think about the track? Let me know also in my DMs. Beautiful song, great message that it needs to be taken seriously. Honestly, thank you for that. Tell me about the title track, "Man on a Mission." What's your mission? And tell me about the production concept.
Well, the mission, is like, as I said earlier, it's really, I want to say, to bring real music back to mainstream, real reggae music, real soul music, to bring back. I don't like what's going on out there, solid reggae. The world has become, I think, like what's going on is like they're trying to impose emotionless, vibes out there. Like they're trying to cut out soul, cut out feeling. Like they're creating machines. You know what I mean? They're trying to put, they want to enforce nonsense. You know what I mean? And want to accept it as sense in this world. And as I said, through reggae music and real authentic reggae music, I find that it was always the medium and it's the best medium, and I want to put it back out there. You know what I mean? I believe it's a cure. I believe it's a remedy. I believe that everybody has their own music. Everybody love what they love, and you can't go to a dance or a club and hear one kind of music. So everybody have their place. So, but I don't believe that reggae needs to have, because I don't feel like it have a place. Authentic reggae. You know what I mean? And so I want to put it back out there. Message music. Music of love, relationship, things that create positivity, positive energy, And also, as I said, music that question the power. I speak truth to power, And there's a song there, Kuja Nyumbani. Kuja Nyumbani is Africans. I want to go back home, Understand? That's so.
No, it's a beautiful song. I was like, oh my gosh, and there's another featured artist as well.
Yeah. Kuja Nyumbani, it's just me alone. But it's an African feel, yeah. But that's the harmony songs on them. There's another one made for the battle.
Okay, yes, a harmony.
Yeah,
yes.
turbulence. Yeah. So,
With turbulence, I love that track as well. Every track is good, and it's so hard to just narrow it down even to my top 5.
That's what I keep hearing, and I'm happy for that. I keep hearing that, and I get feedback like that. I love all the songs. Which we worked hard on it, because how do you come? How do you take? Everybody come and say. A lot of people say, we want to bring back reggae. We want. I hear that all long. But it takes time and commitment, and it takes a lot of focus, and some serious approach you have to do to bring it back. You can't attack it. You have to act it out. So I'm glad to hear this, because truly people will say, man, this is truly a consistent album. This ain't no joke by no talk. And I feel you have to understand. I don't want to sound too. I may sound too cocky, but I'm a confident person. But there were times during this process where we didn't have the confidence. We just did it by faith. I just did it by faith. I just believe that this is what needs to get out there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So to see that it connects now and resonates, I'm rejoicing. As it step by step, I take my rejoicing step by step, because it's coming from just the guitar, just me playing the guitar, to the whole production now that you see. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love that. I was going to talk about your creative process. Tell me about that. Like, what comes first, the rhythm, the lyrics? But I guess you kind of answered that. Is it you playing on your guitar?
Yeah. Well, different ways. There's you could say something and it ignite. You could say something in this conversation, and it creates the right words create a whole melody and a whole song, and this is real. You say something, and when I leave, it just stays in my mind until I have to take my guitar. I never have my guitar for. I take it up and just say something nice. and then the whole thing come from that. Otherwise, it could be something that I'm watching on TV. Or somebody give me a beat. I normally produce my beats, but somebody give me a beat, and I love the beat so much. I said, yo, it comes easy. You know what I mean? So how can I wait? You know? How can I wait? Yeah.
I love that. I love that. You play just the guitar. When did you start doing? Is it just the guitar? Do you play other instruments?
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I
I
meant.
hear myself with keyboard. Like, if I'm hearing certain songs, I go on the keyboard just to.
When did you
But I'm,
start? Like, at what age did you start doing that?
I didn't know that. I mean, I started late. Started playing the guitar like my, maybe like, late 20s or something like that. Like, I messed around, you know? Yeah, because I didn't even know that I was a musician. It's a musician that told me that I was a musician because I just write my songs out of the blue and sing the melodies and sing it, and then I go to the studio and they formulate it, and they, and then they said to me, "Yes, you should play an instrument because they said I create stuff, I create melody and words and create. I don't need anything." So and once I heard that the guitar, I teach myself how to play because I just wanted to create music. So it's my songwriting that really forced me to play guitar solo because you know what I mean, to to be sick to play, to write, to be writing, and I have to keep playing back the chords over and over until I realize that, oh, I'm playing and singing, stuff like that. Yeah,
Yes,
so.
and it takes a lot to do that. And I commend you because I try to learn something new every single day. It's never too late to learn anything. And you
But
play so beautifully and you sing so beautifully. And I thought you were playing since you were young. I just assumed, I'm like, you must have been playing for a long time.
A lot of people. I think guitar is my instrument. I think it's been calling me without me knowing,
Yes, yes. Tell me about Taxi Driver and playing with Dean Fraser, featuring
That's
Dean
a job.
Fraser.
Yeah. That was a single out about 6 years ago, 5 years ago. But
Okay.
people loved it so much.
Mm-hmm.
We felt like we should have done a lot more, but that time we didn't do it. Like this album is fully live music. Real, as I said, I went in on it, the production. You know what I mean? I would make sure that everything was live and all that. So that first Taxi Driver, I wasn't live. It was like I did it on a TV track and keyboard hands. And a lot of people felt like it should have been a mega hit, even though it was a hit. And so when I mean, there were some of my musician friends and my engineers said, "Ezra, why I think a song like that needed live instruments." So I brought it back to the Dean, and Dean said, "Yeah, man, you have to do it live, man, live ones, live." So so we decided that we put it back onto this album, and it came out. It connected. When Kirk played drums on it, and Danny and the top musicians, and man, and Dean came and we, put so much. The phrases were so nice and touch it up. I said, "Wow, brought the live thing," you know what I mean? And I can see the difference, and a lot of people can. So so that's how Taxi Driver. That's how. But as far as the story behind Taxi Driver, originally when I wrote it, it's just like the story said. I'm a story. I'm a story. Like I write a real thing, Like I'm out there in the world and I'm out there in Europe and doing some stuff, and and I wanted to come back home, and you know what I mean. And when I'm on my way back home now, the person who's supposed to pick me up, he's not there, so I have to call the taxi. The kind of way that so many people can relate. So so Taxi Driver take me to my baby now, Because she told me that, she had breakfast for me. You know what I mean? You'll be ready by the time. So,
Well, big up to my friend Dean Fraser as well. Beautiful, beautiful song. You guys have to listen to the whole album. Go get the album if you haven't already, or stream it on, obviously on rootsreggaehub.com. We will be playing it and supporting it. But stream it, listen to it, go check out the music videos we talked about tonight, and follow Hezron as well for more of his lyrics, his songs, his vibe, his everything. Find out what's going on, what he's up to. Tell me about your own spiritual journey. I love to talk about spirituality as well, get to know you. And tell me something that maybe you learned along the way that changed your perspective on life and liberty.
I learned humility along the way, I learned, for me personally, especially, in the music world of music. That's my world. I've dedicated my whole life to it. It's my God. And I've learned that no matter how gifted you are, how much God give you and all that stuff, it's still up to him, to make you, still up to him, especially when him bless a certain ways, You have to just work with him and wait for him. You understand? You humilate to follow the steps and all these principles, because you will learn it one way or another. You know me, you understand what I'm saying? And your life take it in strides, and the Almighty is not on your call, but when him see fit and when him ready, understand. And many things we go through. Many things, and I call upon him many times. Sometimes I get impatient, but in my journey, I realize why I should be patient, or why my journey is necessary, because it's like I've realized now that what I was running away from, I've now become like the example. I've now become a like what I mean, like an example. I've now become like a reference for people to look at. And I used to I used to see references when I was younger of some man's story, how long it took them, and what the journey that they went through and all that stuff. And I said, I wish I don't have to go through that, but I even surpassed a lot of that. So I'm now the reference, and I've embraced my journey and said, okay, Father, in your time, and I'm just doing my part. You know what I mean? That's like,
Yes, I love that. I love that. Tell me something that most people don't know about you or would never in a million years guess about you.
um, I don't know if they wouldn't guess. Maybe some people can, but I'm an introvert. maybe you could. Maybe some people tell me that they could tell that. I'm an introvert.
You definitely have an aura about you, and you sing absolutely beautifully. So it's a gift to all of us, that you're sharing this gift with
Yeah,
with
man.
us.
And
Yeah.
that's what it is. These things I've learned, that it is not a. You have to always compete. From the minute you're born, you have to compete. But music is much more than competition. Music is much more. I'm not saying it's not a competitive career, because you're trying to put the best foot forward, or the best way for the audience the competition is good because it makes you dig deeper, and the benefit and the benefit the people that on the receiving end, like the audience, they benefit more, the beneficiaries, because we go, we put the best forward. We go through what they call it, the pressure of building the diamond and all that stuff. Kind of way the pressure in the diamond to create that. So, and we are competing in the sense to get the best product out towards the world. But at the same time, the music is so much bigger, because once it's out there, you realize that people take onto it, and people watch you, the effect, the effect that it have on an individual life at certain time in his life. That song that helped him out during that moment where it was a suicidal moment for real, and when he got commit a murder for real, this ain't no joke. Because even me, music have saved my life, certain people music, when I was thinking certain way. And I'm glad that I have the power. I'm glad that God gave me the gift to impart, or to be to do the same. So it's a powerful thing.
Yes. Thank you, King, for that. Thank you so much. Oh, it's so good reasoning with you, getting to know you, listening to your music. I've been in this vibe all week, just listening to it, and especially today on Thanksgiving. It's a long weekend here in Canada, so I was
Oh,
also
yeah.
listening to it with
Yeah, that's
family.
where I'm supposed to be coming soon. They have
Yes.
been waiting for so long. Big up Canada, yo, man. They've been
Yes, I
waiting
would
since
love to
March.
have you here in Canada as well. I'm supposed to. I don't want to say too much about what I'm planning for next year, but I definitely will be hosting some of my own events in
Yeah,
2023. So I definitely want to see you here in
definitely.
Canada as soon as
Yeah, man.
possible in Toronto, where I am. I'm gonna get to this question from Bayfront Reggae World Music Fest. What non reggae artists are you currently listening to? So if we looked at
Currently,
your playlist, your personal playlist, who would we find?
Black Pumas, Chris Stapleton, Jacob Banks, sometimes. Michael Kuanata, a Nigerian, Michael Kuanata. Yeah, these are the people I'm listening to, singer-songwriters. I'm trying to, and then every now and again I listen to maybe half a song from like a young boy. I mean, a young boy. You know, what I mean, you know those guys, the rappers, Little Dirk, to find out what's going on. Little Dirk, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I like to because I'm a poet. You know, it's a natural poet. I'm a lyricist, so. Like when I was, so when I hear, so I like to, when I used to do dancehall, so you can hear some of my songs to me here. Like here, Made for the Body, real, the lyrical side. I've coupled my album before. Because I was a poet, for many, when I went poetry competition since I was a child. Every competition I ever went. Yes, from 19 all the way. I was a member of the Caribbean Young Poet. So lyrics, I mean, you can hear it in the songs now. So lyrics come to me natural. So when I hear a certain artist that's out there banging, I'm trying to find out what that is. Different world, a different thing.
I love that. Checking out the other lyricists, even what they're up to. I love your playlist. Someone keeps asking in the chat, the cold Jamaican keeps asking why you eat so much dumpling. Do you eat dumpling? Like, is that... Someone's asking that. Do you love dumpling festival?
I eat dumpling. I have eaten dumplings, but I said, that's why I'm eating some dumpling, huh? The cold Jamaican. There must be somebody that know me. Yeah.
He might know you well, or maybe saw you at a restaurant or something.
Yeah. Why am I eating some dumpling? No. I don't eat a lot of dumpling. Like maybe one time I used to, but I don't eat because I realized that especially because I work out, not too much dumpling.
I love dumpling personally, but
yeah, because I work out, it's not too good. It's not too. It stirs you up,
And let's
but
see the other question here. Is from Steve. Is Hezron your biological name, and what does your name mean?
Yeah, it's my real name, biological name. It means the dart of joy, the divider of music. The dart of joy, the divider of music. It's from the Bible, it's from Chronicles. My father gave it to me, and he always remind me, he always tell me, every now and again, that it's because of him why I'm a musician, because the name means a range of music and all that stuff. So, it's a real thing. The dart of joy, so positivity.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful name, and it's very unique. I love it. Is there anything else that you want to share with the audience? Anything coming up? Any events that we should look out for?
Yeah, well, I mean, there'll be everything that's coming up will be on social media. You just follow my social media, because we are currently, putting stuff together to stay active before we start going outside. They're touring Canada at this point. That's we have people putting things in place. I get calls every day. I mean, not every day, but I get calls in Canada. Canada seem to know, and I love the fact that they love reggae, especially, I love the fact that they love reggae music because,
we love reggae music.
I love my music, yeah. I love my music because they really pull out, it's like they're waiting for, and that's one of the places that I really want to go next, as far as an international. There are places that's calling me, I really want to go to Canada first because there's something I like over there. And it's a different market, it's wide open. It's like, it's not too many people. I like the vibes over there.
Yes.
The last time I was
Toronto wants you here for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely want you here as soon as possible to hear you perform live. You sound amazing, in the acoustic, and I'm sure you sound even more amazing live. So we got to bring you here to Toronto. Tamara B has a question. How do you feel about this new album now that you can reflect on all the work you've put in? And what do you feel like now that all the work is completed?
I feel satisfied. I feel uplifted. I feel like I'm trying to find the right words, but it's fulfilling, It's fulfilling. It's been my fans can't tell. It's just like fulfilling, I'm very happy about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hard work.
Awesome, awesome. I hear a little bit of an alarm. Is that on your side or? Sure. Thank you for joining me tonight, Hezron. I told everybody earlier, hopefully everyone heard, but I do have a curated playlist from Hezron, his music, all the favorite tunes that I love, all the tracks that I feel are uh, pertinent in this time here in the world. So I've curated a special 1 hour playlist for everyone to take in the music right after this interview. Thank you, everybody, for joining me each week on Melody Mondays at 8 o'clock p.m. And Ezra, can you tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
Where they can find us social. Is it still noisy?
Yeah, I still hear it now. It went away and then it came back. That's okay.
Yeah, yeah. You can find on social media. I am Hezron. IAMHEZRON.
That's okay. So at IAMHEZRON.
Okay, cool. HEZRON, no problem. HEZRON. I am Hezron. HEZRON. Hezron Clark. And that's on TikTok. TikTok.
Yeah.
IG. I am Hezron. TikTok. IG. And also on Twitter. I am Hezron. On Facebook. It's Hezron Clark. HEZRON with an E. CLARKE. HEZRON. Depends on where you are. So once you Google me online, man, because it's now, once you go online and Google Hezron Clark, all my platforms pop up. You can go to Hezron Music. My website is Hezron Music. YouTube, check out my YouTube channel. Hezron Clark, and see all the latest stuff. I'm now using it a lot now, you know what I mean? And as I said, TikTok, I am Hezron on TikTok. So type in Hezron Clark is a unique name, and I will pop up all over, because it's been a while, I've been out there a while, Big up the people are coming and tuning in and all that stuff. You don't know what tomorrow.
And thank you for, sharing your gift with the world and keeping reggae music alive and well. Reggae music isn't going anywhere.
It's very important. Very important. Very important as I do it, because it has its stance, It has its place. It's necessary. It's a righteous cause. It's a righteous force, As the more, a righteous tool, a medium, it has to be protected, and it has to be, the fire has to keep burning. In other words.
Yes, keep the fire burning.
Right. Come on.
Thank you, Hezron. Thank you, everybody. And remember, I have a curated playlist coming up right after this of all Hezron big tunes that I chose. All right. So for the radio listeners, keep it locked here. You're going to hear that now. Thank you, Hezron. Have a great night. Bless
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Happy belated Earth Strong.
You're just bless you. I want to thank everybody, all those that gave me, big up yourself. Thank you for doing it, and all those people that commented and wish me happy birthday. I never got a chance to put up anything. Yeah, man. Yeah, my man is music. Once I'm around music and all the vibes, I'm good. I'm a simple man. As I said, I'm an introvert.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm glad you had a good one. It's your own personal New Year, so I hope you full enjoyed your day. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bless up. Bless up. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
Big up to all our listeners. All right, cool. And all who tune in. You don't know. Use reggae. You don't have to nice.
Bless up.
Bless up.
I'm Shayna McCullough signing out. Keep it locked.